Forever in a day, no time for a party. You're too busy screaming, I'm sorry. Oh my God, why me? Why me? I feel the burning heat. The devil don't want you to hear me. Baby, hear me out. Baby, hear me out. The devil don't want you to hear me. Baby, hear me out.
Yeah. I handle business with business while stuffing loud in the swish. Party women with women while mixing coke in the liquor. And this year is our year. We strike a pose for the picture. Cause when they throw us the ball, they gonna bring out the kicker. Put up sevens like soda, touching down like a champ. Cause when we step off the plane, the crowd be turned up big amp. So who's leading the nation? We Malcolm X in a mouth. Assassination ain't cool, so we gon' blow up the house. Take our Congress to war, since they like it so much. And bring our soldiers back home to spark the Afghani Dutch. We coming through in the clutch, and so they call us the closers. Must be next up in line, because nobody's as close as we are. Hey, see, we are to the top, what the sun is the blackness. If you heard something different, your information's inaccurate. We are. In the game because we monsters in practice, and they said do it big, so your boy with Galactus. We are giants of giants, stomping down on the fascists. We're defiant, box out oppression off Atlas. From the home of the Cassius that y'all know is Muhammad. So the fight is in our blood, but the peace is Islamic. We mix the gin with the tonic, then mix it in with the chronic, then mix a chick that's bubonic. You get a real supersonic. Look, it's no challenge to success. We mix with all but opponents, and to put it on wax, you see we ink up the map. Tatted into the coaches that wouldn't influence my rap. We've been influenced to track like the runners before me. Got a fast lane life with her runaway shorty. She got my throwaway shotty, though she can kill with her body. It's Illuminati folk, man, this shit ain't a hobby. LOS in the lobby, and we restoring the feeling. Now put your hands in the air if you just feeling the feeling. And we are. See, we are to the top, what the sun is the blackness. If you heard something different, your information's inaccurate. We are. And we can't fuck with you counterfeits, we as real as it's gonna get. Identify with authentic and artists who hunger it. We are. We get honestly honest, freedom is finally upon us. With people banding together, we growing like hydroponics. See, we got us a nation in coordination, we govern it. To conquer the aggression, the corporation, the government. Rebel pride and I'm loving it. So true to the covenant in the harshest conditions. Physicians still cutting it, gotta gash it through mutton it. Still licking and button it, coat my life how I like so you can zip it and button it. We are. R to the top, what the sun is the blackness. If you heard something different, your information's inaccurate. We beasts in the game because we monsters in practice. And they said do it big, so your boy went Galactus. Oh, why'd you stop it?
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
It's the best of the best. It's the one and only DJ Ice, Louisville's coldest DJ.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. So listen responsibly.
10 seconds.
Coldest DJ.
5,
Ladies and gentlemen, the
4,
moment you've been waiting for.
3,
So listen responsibly.
Good evening and welcome to Conscious Fever. I'm Carl Price, your host, here tonight on Conscious Fever Radio, Ice Entertainment Television. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for joining us, as always, Greg Freeman down in Knoxville, Tennessee. I see you, how we used to say in college, I see you, boy. Anyway, I'm Carl Price. I'm here tonight with DJ Ice.
What's up?
I'm not much.
Ooh, man, I just looked at that fro there, man. I thought mine was kind of bad, but
My fro? This is not a fro. This is a high top. I figured that somebody was gonna make some comment about.
I thought Judge Brown was gonna get you when I first looked over there.
No. It's just it's a college fade. Remember that?
I remember you had your high top.
Yeah, Greg
DC
Freeman. You remember the
fades.
fade, man? During our K-State HBCU days. Anyway, this is Conscious Fever. I'm Carl Price. I'm hosting this show tonight. We have a guest tonight, Judge Denise Brown. She's going to talk to us tonight about mail-in ballots 2020 for the primary election coming up here in Kentucky. But this applies all across the country because, as you know, there are a lot of people trying to prevent this mail-in vote, including that orange man in the White House. So we want to make sure that you know about this process and this procedure. It's not an easy procedure. It's not an easy process, but you want to exercise your right to vote. And of course, we need to vote because we need to get that man out of Washington, D.C. and let him play the Hit the Road Jack song from Ray Charles. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you please, don't you come back no more. Don't even think about the White House anymore. So we can't wait to do that in November, but we want to talk to you tonight about, Judge Brown is going to talk to us tonight about the mail-in ballot. DJ Ice, how was your week, man?
It was pretty nice.
That's good.
It was pretty nice. And I guess we're going to have a long weekend for, holiday coming up, so I'm excited about that, having an extra day off. So
yeah, good.
It
It doesn't even seem like it's a holiday weekend coming up.
No, it don't.
It doesn't even seem it because you can't plan. I guess you can barbecue around different things like that. I don't know. But anyway, let me give a few shout outs. I see Attorney Lanita Baker. Did you go by Baker or Gaines? I can't remember. What she go by, Judge Brown? Baker or Gaines?
Lanita Gaines.
Lanita Gaines. Well, Lanita, I saw your guest appearance on the show with Booker and Bailey and what's my man out at U of L? And Ricky Jones. It's good discussion. It was a little long, kind of like we go sometimes, a little long here, but it was actually a very, very interesting discussion. Gave us some insight about the Breonna Taylor case that I actually never knew.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting stuff, but it was a good show. Y'all were zoomed in. It was the Zoom show. It was the black, I can't think of the name of the show, but anyway, it was a good show. But anyway, we're going to talk about a few things tonight. Ice, as we talk about this corona, man, for those of you who don't know, this man died, who was a doctor, who had retired.
A doctor died from the Rona?
Corona, yeah, he died. What are y'all doing? Y'all got these masks on. Y'all trying to show me? Y'all trying to tell me something?
Miss Denise got me doing this.
That's right. I wanted to know where everybody's mask was.
Okay.
You hear that?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell
we're 10 feet apart, and she's still
right.
talking mask up. And
yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna be at least 6 feet away from her. But interesting. Next week we're going to show a video clip of. Y'all ready for this?
Drum roll?
Of a factory video of where that
where
mask that you had. No, not where Trump went.
Whew.
That mask that you had. We're going to show a factory video next week of how those masks are made. And when y'all see how these masks are made, y'all not going to want to put those masks on anymore.
Yeah, it does something.
I mean, because
because
it's made in sort of a third world countries, kind of, and the conditions are not so hot. And once you see this video, you're going to think twice about having that wrapped around your face, trying to keep corona out, but putting all the other germs in. So, FYI.
I'm not going to be thinking twice.
Huh?
You need it.
You need them. Okay. But anyway, we're going to... Right. Oh, no, I'm not saying, Judge Brown, that we don't need them. All I'm saying is that, make your own. Make your own. I actually sense, because you could be, as we know, when the court opens back up, if you have to have a hearing, you have to wear a mask. That's part of the conditions. I read that.
Come in, yeah.
And so I'm going to get me a real, maybe not fraternity mask. It may be, I don't know what the mask is going to be.
You can be remote. You don't have to go.
You said what?
You can do your hearings remote.
You can do your hearings remote.
Well, with one exception, for those who have to be in court, I don't know why I would have to be in court on a civil case. I think I read that, but in any case, if I need a mask, I'm making that decision now. But anyway, let's get to talking about this. In New York City, a doctor who delayed his retirement so he could help fight COVID-19 has died after contracting the virus. His name was Dr. James Mahoney. He worked in pulmonary and critical care. He was only 62 years old and had been planning to scale back his hours. But when the coronavirus hit, he began to work nonstop, his family says. He got seriously ill around Easter and died a couple of weeks later. His colleagues called him a legend. Sad. All these sad stories we hear about. All these sad stories we hear about is just not good. But in any case, we have an update also. I don't know if the producer can help us out to get that prompter together for the next one. But ICE, there has been another arrest in the Arbery case in Georgia.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Another?
Yes.
So it's the father, the son,
And
the camera guy,
The camera guy.
and who else?
Well, that's it.
Oh, okay, the camera.
The
We
camera
didn't
guy.
mention the camera guy last time?
Yeah. No, we did not mention the camera. The camera guy, remember, he went on and his position was that no, he was not. His position was that he had nothing to do with it.
And he thought that the video was gonna free up his buddy, what is it, McMichaels? Is that his name?
They're all stupid.
He
down
thought
there.
that the
They're all
video
backwards.
was gonna.
I don't
help
mean to
them out.
offend any of our people, any of our friends in Georgia, but some of those backwoods counties in Georgia,
Yeah, it's real.
I'm just saying, it's real. They are backwards. I mean, why would he think that video would help? But anyway, I know it was reported by Fox News out of Atlanta that the Georgia Bureau of Investigations said late this afternoon that a third arrest was made in connection to the death of Ahmaud Arbery.
Good.
His name is William Roddy. That's his nickname.
Oh, Lord.
Roddy. William Roddy Bryan Jr., who is 50 years old, was charged today with felony murder and criminal attempt to commit false imprisonment. He was booked into the Glenn County Jail. Now, earlier this week, civil rights attorney Ben Crump called on law enforcement to arrest Bryan after he said a media reenactment done by the New York Times proved that William Roddy Bryan hunted Ahmaud Arbery down for 4 minutes before the deadly shooting. The media reenactment was based on 9/11 phone calls. All videos that have been released and statements made by those involved and on the scene of February 23rd. Now, Bryan lives in the neighborhood, but said he had nothing to do with the murder that has stirred national attention on the city of Brunswick. Superior Court Judge, get this, Timothy R. I think he pronounces his name Wamsley, will handle the case. Judge Wamsley is based in Savannah, about 70 miles north of where the killing took place. And Judge Wamsley was appointed to the case after all 5 judges in the local circuit recused themselves, possibly in part because the older McMichael is a retired investigator for the district attorney's office. And of course, everybody knows now that District Attorney Joyette Holmes of the Cobb County District Attorney's Office was appointed as a special prosecutor in the case.
And they're not gonna try that. There's been too much media attention to.
Well, they should. I think they should get it out of Glenn County. But anyway, we got a guest here, and we want to talk to the guest tonight. We hope y'all will be entertained by this information, because this information is very, very important. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Judge Denise Brown, and she's going to talk to us about the mail-in ballot for 2020. We'll be right back.
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
Welcome back to Conscious Fever. I'm Carl Price, your host, here on Conscious Fever Radio and Ice Entertainment Television. I got the Honorable Judge Brown here tonight. Yeah, elbow up. We're 6 feet apart, y'all. We're doing this social distancing thing.
And I still have my mask on.
And you still have your mask on. But, you know, since so long as we're 6 feet apart, we should be cool, right?
Oh,
unless
no,
we sneeze, unless we
you
cough.
might start yelling.
Oh, yelling does it too?
Yeah.
You know, we had a show and we featured that when you do number 2 in the bathroom.
Oh, Lord.
No, we had this show. You need to know this, that when you do number 2 in the bathroom, before you flush the toilet, you should raise up and put the toilet seat down. Because if you are infected, then you're infecting that room when the toilet flushes, because all of the virus will come out of the toilet. You didn't see that show. I guess she doesn't watch us when she's not on the show, y'all. I guess that's what it is. Anyway, I'm here tonight with Judge Denise Brown of the Jefferson Family Court, Jefferson Circuit Court Family Division, I should say, here in Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. We're rushing because we just got a late start.
Well, it's okay.
But anyway, you're going to talk
covering important topics.
Important topics. Okay. Yeah, I think we kind of like the Arbery story. It's kind of fascinating. It's sad in some ways, but in a lot of ways it's fascinating. The sad part is not only that this young boy died needlessly, the sad part really is that we live in a country with a lot of backwards ass people. I'm not supposed to say ass on this broadcast, but we do. And a lot of people. Actually, we were watching, I can tell you this, we were watching a video from The Daily Show where he went out to a Trump rally. One of the camera people, one of the people from The Daily Show went out. He was talking to these Trump supporters. Now, I'm not going to put it out there that all Trump supporters are just ignorant and dumb, but it's got to be 99%, at least the ones that go to the rallies. I'm just going to put it out there. But we're going to show you some of that clip, not tonight, but in the next couple of weeks, we're going to show you some of that clip. And it's really sad that, you know, we have to live among some people. Anyway, you are going to enlighten us with to talk to us about the 2020 mail-in vote.
Yes.
Let's start by telling us, tell everybody what the mail-in vote is all about, because I've never mailed in my ballot. I think when I was sick, going through cancer, I actually did an absentee vote. Okay,
and so it's a lot like that. The absentee ballot, it just has a lot more reasons for why you can vote in person. So they have a generic code this year that says if you want to select medical emergency, COVID-19, then you can request a mail-in ballot.
Okay.
So, you know, usually there's like maybe a list of 8 or 9 reasons for why you might be able to get an absentee ballot.
Okay, but COVID-19...
Or why you might be able to go and vote early in person.
Okay, but COVID-19 is a legitimate reason this year.
Yes.
It is. Okay, so what... let's say I wanted to take advantage of this mail-in voting process. What do I have to do? Okay,
there's 2 steps to the process.
So tell the people what those steps are.
Okay. The first step is that you have to request the mail-in ballot. And if you live in Jefferson County, then you can go to the county clerk's website, and there's a section for requesting the mail-in ballot. Now, I understand tomorrow the Secretary of State's web portal is going to open, and you'll also be able to do the same thing there. But right now, that's when you can go to the web portal and request it. Or you can simply make a phone call to the Jefferson County Clerk's Office. It's 574-6100. That's 502-574-6100. And you can request it on the phone. Okay. And they will send it to you.
Okay, and is this generally the procedure across the country? I mean, I know we're just talking about Kentucky.
Well, it definitely starts with the request for the mail-in ballot.
And that's
so
mandatory.
They're not just going to mail you a ballot. You
right.
have to make the request.
So you have to make the request, and to make the request, you have to call the number.
Yeah, you have to call the number, or you can go online. I mean, there are a few other ways to get it. I mean, you can write them a letter, and they'll send it to you. You can call them on the phone. If their offices were open, you would be able to go in person, but right now they have very limited access to the COVID-19. You can request it be sent to you via email if you do it online, or you can request that they mail it to you.
Okay.
So the benefit of doing it online is that when you complete the form, when it comes back to you, it's already completed.
Okay.
When you complete the form online, when you do the online process, whether you do it by email or mail, you get the form returned to you with the information already completed. But if you call in and say, hey, would you mail me that form? You're gonna have to fill it out when you get it.
So let me just make sure I understand this process. So you call or you go online, you make the request, they'll send you something.
They'll send you the mail-in ballot application.
Application.
That's what you will get.
Okay. So then once you get the application, what's the next step?
You complete all the information. They include the address for you to return it. You do have to put a stamp on it to get it back to the county clerk's office. And then once they receive it, they log it, verify that you are the registered voter, the eligible registered voter that can receive the mail-in ballot, and then they mail the ballot to you.
Okay.
Now, when you get the mail-in ballot, there's no cost to mail that back.
To mail it back.
Right.
I just, I have an opinion about this, right?
Well, what's your opinion?
Well, one, we have a Republican Secretary of State, and I don't mean to piss on the Republicans, but this is their end game, is to make it so difficult to cast a vote. Now, I don't know if this is the process all the time for mail-in votes, but I know for the first time in many, many years, we have a Republican Secretary of State, and that concerns me.
I think it is the process.
Well,
if you were to vote absentee, you'd have to make the request.
Okay.
And they would send the ballot to you after you made your request. So it's a very similar process.
Okay, but you can still vote absentee, right?
Yes.
So long as you meet one of those criteria. Actually,
Yes.
all you have to do is just walk in. They don't make you swear or anything. You just walk into the county clerk's office and tell them you want to do absentee, and they'll ask you why, whatever reason you give them, they're going to take it. I'm just going to let y'all know that. And I'm not suggesting that you should go and just lie just to do an absentee, but I'm just saying that there's no...
People be talking about
because then it'd be
frauds.
absolutely.
Don't be doing that.
Right, and I'm not suggesting that, but what I am suggesting is that it just sounds like it may be easier just to get up one day and go down when the office opens back up within the next couple of weeks, because the primary here in Kentucky is June 23rd.
June 23rd.
Okay.
Is the primary.
All day.
All day, but we only have one voting location so far, and that's going to be at the Kentucky Fair and Exposition Center. And we have 611,000 voters in Jefferson County.
Wow.
So that's a lot of people to be in one space.
Right.
So,
but this is just for the primary.
From my standpoint, I feel like voting by mail is not only safer, but it will be quicker for you, and you can have it sent directly to your home, and you can fill it out, and then it's done. Then you don't have to worry about going to the Fair and Exposition Center, parking, social distancing.
You make it sound so easy,
yes,
but you know
exactly
how
the point.
I
want it to be really easy.
And you need to express how easy it is, because I would tell you that there are people in our community, not necessarily people that are our color, all people. There are a lot of people in our community that if they have to undertake more than 2 steps, that's it.
Oh, well, no, I definitely agree with that, because when I initially made the request, I thought I was going to get a ballot. And I had read the newspaper articles, listened to a couple of other people explain the process, and when I actually got the document, it was just the application. So if folks who are around this stuff all the time still don't have the right impression, then I imagine that people who don't do this on a regular basis and have to go out online and get all of this, they're probably going to come away with a different perspective about whether it was easy or hard.
What do y'all think about that? I think it's challenging. I think it's challenging, but it's necessary because the mail-in ballot this year is much safer than going in person.
Right, and the one issue that I have with it is that not everyone has internet access. So if the easier process is to do it online, then we should have probably a lot more opportunities for people to do it.
Right.
And you probably would have those opportunities if our libraries were open, if schools were open,
Right.
But none of that is open. So we kind of have to work with what we have.
But isn't that an opportunity? I mean, if a lot of people elected to do it online, especially a lot of older people who are not computer savvy, there are still people. I have clients that are only in their 60s, and they say, No, I gotta call. I gotta have my granddaughter do that. She's, you know, I mean, because a lot of my interaction with clients now are through Zoom.
Well,
and when
you know,
we talk
they
about
actually-
the Zoom, they have no clue until they get their granddaughter. So what I'm saying to you is that the moment I go to help an elderly person to go to a website to get part to be a part of this process, then somebody's going to allege voter fraud.
Well, I don't think it would be voter fraud.
Oh, I don't think
for
it
you
would
to
be.
assist someone, but let me tell you what they have in place.
It'd be an allegation.
So if you can request it for your spouse, a parent can request it for their child, or a child can request it for the parents. So they do have provisions in place that would allow others to help people get the information. You just have to have all of the information that they request at the time that you make it, and then once you make the request, you complete it, then you're going to get an email that says, we received, the next day, you get an email that says, we received your request, we're processing it, you should receive your application within 2 business days, 2 to 3 business days. So you have to get that application, you have to sign it, check the medical emergency, COVID-19, and then put the stamp on it and send it back. And then the next thing you'll receive will be the actual ballot.
Okay, so mail-in is a lot safer, but actually going in person is still an option. It's just that it's at one location right now. You have to make the request either by calling the number that we gave you earlier or going online.
Right. And then you have to return the ballot by, I think it said 5 p.m. It might have said 6, but you'd have to double check that.
On what day?
On election day. It has to be postmarked and by time.
Gotcha.
Also.
Gotcha. Okay.
On election day.
By June 23rd. And this is the new election day.
Like not 7 o'clock.
Right,
I'm sure it's before the polls close.
Right, because a lot of people don't fully realize that election day is not in May this year.
Right. It's not.
Because it's in June.
Yeah, they postponed it due to the pandemic, and so it's in June.
Right.
Well, I know there are persons trying to see if they're going to have more polling locations, but as of today, it's just the one place.
And the fairgrounds was selected as a location because it's so huge, and you can the parking is easily to social distance appropriately there. That's interesting. But I want to talk about this in person because I want people to understand that the opportunity to go in person is still there. It's not, you don't lose that opportunity. I mean, you can still do that, and I think it's interesting, or it's necessary to emphasize that, Judge Brown, for one reason, that I think a lot of people fall within the 2-step rule.
What's that mean?
That means that if they have to do more than 2 steps, it's not going to happen. They'll make the call, they'll get the application, and then now you've got a couple of other things to do. You have to send it back in. You have to send it back in by a certain date, and that concerns me. Now, of course,
well, that's what we're talking about it now.
Right,
so
I understand that.
Hopefully, people who are watching your broadcast right now will go to the Jefferson County Clerk's office.org.
JeffersonCountyClerk.org.
I think I sent you that link, so you all may already have it.
Yeah,
but
we
can post it after the show. But if they go there now, they can request it while they're sitting here watching us.
Right,
and it takes literally, I'm telling you, probably a minute to get it done.
Yeah, and if you're in another state and your primary has not taken place because it was delayed, this is a good opportunity for you to check to see what that is. Because I always find it interesting, Judge Brown, that we only hear about this stuff at the last minute. Like the news will blast everything, big media would blast everything, but the deadlines, and we're talking now, June 16th is the deadline, so we're rough less than 3 weeks 16th. Away. Right. But you can request it today.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You do not have to wait. You can do it right now, and as I said, tomorrow, the Secretary of State's web portal will open as well. So you can go to both places.
Now, this is the full ballot. This is the full ballot that you get.
It'll be the primary, the 2020 primary ballot.
Let me just ask one question off topic of this, then we'll get back to the mail-in voting. Is it true that elected officials, or some elected officials in Kentucky, the legislature has extended their term by 2 years?
I think that.
Did you hear that? I heard that.
I heard that, but my understanding is that there will be some elected offices that will have a constitutional amendment on in November to see if the citizens would like to amend the Constitution to amend their offices.
Oh, to add 2 years onto their office.
I think the 2 years might apply to Commonwealth Attorney.
Okay.
And then it would be 4 years for the district court judges. I
Okay.
believe those are the two
We don't want that.
that are
y'all.
going to be on there.
We don't want that. Because I'm telling you, some members of the district court bar, district court judicial bar, no, we don't want that. We don't want to extend some of those terms. I'm sorry, Judge Brown, but we don't want to. No, you gotta prove that
Where's
you
DJ
deserve
Ice?
to stay there, and let the
need to
people
help
come
me.
out and decide. No, I don't think that. No. Not by a constitutional amendment. Don't extend that time. No, 4 years. That's another term. No, absolutely not. We're gonna get the Black Panthers on that. Okay, we're gonna talk to the Black Panthers about that. 4 years and 2 years for the Commonwealth's attorney. No, I'm sorry, Tom. No.
Now you asked me what were the two. I just told you what they were. I don't
No,
know.
but I didn't
And
think I was
it
going to
may
react
be-
this way.
It
But
may have it may include some others too, because I'm not sure.
oh Lord, who?
Well, it started out with a longer list, and then some people withdrew and said, "Hey, we don't want to be in this." So I don't know exactly.
Can there be a constitutional amendment that we can select what district court judges can stay another 4 years, as opposed to just making it general for all of them? Or can we select the ones that we just want to go after their 4-year term? Something to think about. Anyway, let's get back to.
Or just pay for their reelection.
Or just pay for re-election. Yeah. Let's just get back to back to the mail-ins. I know
Yeah.
you're part of the judiciary, but I'm just saying. Some of those.
I'm glad I have on a mask.
Yeah, I'm glad you got on the mask too. But I'll just tell y'all, and y'all know how I am in district court. I'm just saying, some of y'all don't need to be extended, and some of y'all do. And the ones that do, y'all should stick around and continue to stick around. Have to stick around forever. Then there are some who just need to go. As Medea said, and Medea goes to jail, I got to go. You got to go. But anyway, back to the mail-in. So is there any other information, pertinent information that we need to know about this mail-in ballot?
Yes, the quickest way to get the ballot is to call.
Is to call.
502-574-6100.
Okay.
You call, provide the information, and you have to be a registered voter to even request the ballot. And that deadline doesn't pass until May 26th. So you have until May 26th to still register if you'd like to vote in the
Okay.
June 23rd primary. And you can call in to get the ballot. You can request it by email. You can send them a letter, say send it to me in snail mail, or you can go online and request it via email or mail.
Okay. Hey.
Now I think next week their offices may
Okay.
have a different schedule in terms of walk-in.
Okay.
But I don't know, how much they're going to allow walk-in, because you can walk in person.
Right. You
and
can
get it.
Right.
But if you're applying for it online, by mail or email, then you can actually do it for your spouse or for your parent, or the parent can do it for their child.
Okay. Let me just make a comment on somebody's post that I just saw on the timeline of the show. Derek Page, our fellow lawyer buddy, Derek Page. You know Derek Page?
Oh,
He
I'm not
practices
sure I
in
know
D.C.
him.
now.
Oh,
Derek
okay,
practices in
okay.
D.C. He was here when he started practicing. He went to D.C. Look, Derek, I can't wear a mask tonight. I can't wear a mask.
That's right.
Because
Aston wears his mask.
He did. He said, Carl, where's your mask? But I can't do the mask thing. You know why I can't do the mask thing? Because my pay is based upon my good looks.
Oh, Lord.
And I just want you to know that.
DJ Ice.
I just want you to know that if I put on a mask, I got to take a cut in pay.
Oh, Lord.
We got 56,000 views last week on the show. 56,000 views and still growing. I think some people didn't like that show.
But what did they say about your hair?
Most people don't say anything about my hair because I have learned. Let me tell you what I was doing. We started to show it. I went into. I'm gonna confess. I went into the Face app for the first time in like months. And I had taken a picture, and I was just putting different hair on my head and different things like that. And actually, when a wig got on my hair, when my hair changed, I looked just like one of my sisters. I was just like, damn, I'm gonna send that on the family listserv. But in any case, so what I bring that up to say this, that it doesn't matter what this hair looks like. I'm still okay. But Derek, just so you know, Paige in DC, the reason I don't have a mask on because I can't take a cut and pay. I still got bills to pay. I still have a mortgage.
But I thought for sure you would have a mask to match.
Oh, I have a
every
mask.
suit.
No. I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to go that far because I would tell you that I actually saw a video or read a story about somebody wearing a mask and actually fainted. And I don't know if it had something to do with the way they had the mask on. But listen.
They do fit. They do fit differently. I would say like this is the first one I've had that you were able to grasp it like this. I think I like this a lot better because you can move it around, and you just want to make sure they're not too tight.
Right.
And give you some room.
I just think, and we said this on this show.
I take it off as soon as I can.
I'm sure you do. I just think that this whole thing was rushed, and don't get me wrong. When I get a fever, when I am shortness of breath, I have not had a fever.
Don't get ready to leave if he done had a fever, DJ.
What I'm saying is that when I have symptoms, obviously I'm not even coming out. So I don't, and I understand the mask protects people from me, and it protects me from other people, and I get that. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna say up here in the Conscious Fever studio, we're good. So we've been doing this for how long, and we've been practicing.
I had them all put their mask on.
Yes, she did.
Like,
but we've been doing this for how long, y'all? Since this, we haven't skipped a beat on the show, right? And we're still all very healthy. So I know all the people that want the government to open back up want to hear that, but I'm just telling you. But I do believe, my position has always been that it was rushed, and some decisions that were made went a little bit too far. But I understand that it's in the name of safety, so I support it. But I do practice social distancing in my office. I had a client who wanted to come in today, and that's what I was going to talk to you about too. I had a client that wanted to come in today, and the phone got quiet. He wants to come in tomorrow, and the phone got quiet when he said, "Well, I will. I can just stop by tomorrow." And I said, "No, you can't stop by." I said, "No, you can't stop by." And he said, and he got real quiet. I tell you that to say this, that there is still a lot of people out here who are ignorant to everything that's going on about this coronavirus stuff. You would not believe. One night or one day, we saw somebody walk up to a store and got really pissed off that the store wasn't open. And we just thought to ourselves, like, why would they think that store would be open? The news is everything is telling you that everything is closed and you shouldn't be out. And I mean, this person got an attitude because that place wasn't open. So anyway, I just say that. But a lot of people are out of touch, and just the nerve of somebody, hope you're not watching, to ask to come into the office today, and I was just like, no. And we do the Zoom thing, and that's why I talked about the technology thing. I love Zoom. And it's not going to end during this, after this Corona stuff is over. It's not going to end for me because it's very useful. And then you can record it if you're the host. You can record it, and if you're not the host, you can get permission to record it. And you can edit it, and you can. I think it's wonderful. But I was shocked to know that this person repeated to me that his daughter has to. No, what he said. He said, "Well, my daughter does all that stuff." Yeah. And that's what I was talking about earlier. How so many people are intentionally out of touch with technology. And so
this has kind of drug a lot of people into technology because I feel like I spend most of the day on Zoom meetings or Skype meetings, and for what we're going to be doing for court, if you come into the buildings, you're going to have on a mask. Right. And we are trying to do most of our hearings remotely. Beginning in June, and we've continued to do the emergency hearings and to carry through the domestic violence dockets. We've continued those. They haven't stopped ever. But
Hey, listen, all of y'all need to.
Are they really getting on you?
They are
your
really
mask?
going in on
Go
me.
go in on him. He needs a mask.
Oh my God! One person said up in Connecticut, "Carl, is that a wig?" No, this is not a wig. This is my hair, man. Is that a wig? And Gina Davis says,
"For Corona, I would touch it for him, but I'm not gonna touch it."
"Oh, you can touch it because you got a mask on."
No.
But it's all good. Let's see who else said that. And Paige, who's now Scotty Page, there's a different Page. What's up with the Pages in D.C.? Yeah, he's in D.C. and he says, "Oh my God, mask on, bruh. Aren't you a cancer survivor, which puts you in the high risk category?"
Exactly.
But here's the catch. After my cancer, by the way, October's going to be 10 years. So I don't have to go see the doctor
told
anymore.
me it was less. I said,
no, it's 10 years. It's going to be 10 years. But I'm going to tell you something, that after my cancer, I made some changes. I don't eat the foods you eat, so I'm not at risk. Trust me. It's all about what you eat that's going to get you sick. But anyway, let's get back to our topic so we can get out of it.
When's your 10-year anniversary?
My 10-year anniversary is, well, my doctor's appointment is October the 6th.
Okay, so you're coming up on 10. All
and
right.
that would be the 10th year in remission, and I can go back and doing all the risky things I did before. No, I'm just joking. I mean, I will.
Yeah, you're being pretty risky tonight.
I am pretty. Yeah, but you know, Denise, we can. I mean, Judge, we can talk about the mask and all of that, and it would take us hours and hours and hours because I do have a position about it. But listen, y'all, I have a mask. My mother gave me a mask once when I was over her house a couple of weeks ago. I have a mask. I am going to have to get a mask because I'm a practicing attorney, and in order to go into the courthouse. And actually, if you want to go into any of these retail establishments that are opening, they require you to have a mask. So unfortunately, there's places I have to do business. I'm not going into restaurants.
Going to the Kroger, to the Target,
I'll send my sons in the Kroger. But the restaurants, I'm not going to do the restaurants. I think Cravens is open for sit-ins tomorrow.
But I'm not ready. I'm not ready to sit down at anybody else's.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm gonna stay in.
I'm not
stay
either.
out. I can't even believe I'm out in the Rona streets for you tonight.
Well, you're here for the people, the mail-in ballots. And speaking of people,
that's true. That's really. I thought it was important.
It is important. It's really important to get this mail-in information. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. My good friend Susan Weddle lost her brother, former attorney, who's a fellow attorney, Mark Weddle. Learned that he passed away today, and it was shocking to me because we were just at Cravens not so long ago picking up carry-out, and Mark is a fixture down at Cravens. Yeah. And Mark was there talking with the Cravens group, as he always does, the owners, and just to know that, and he looked good. He looked good. You're always hesitant to say what happened, and I'm sure somebody knows, but that's scary to me. Maybe that's why I should have on a mask.
You should have on a mask.
Maybe that's why I should.
Just in general, not because you're afraid, but just because, you want to make sure that the good judge doesn't get what you have.
Well, thank you, Derek Page. Okay, but anyway, I'm eating at home. Okay, at home in New Jersey. But anyway, the producer's telling us we've got less than 5 minutes. So, any closing, any parting? Before I ask her for closing and parting remarks, let me tell y'all: do not log off when we end this show, because the end credits tonight is Zaccardi Cortez, and You Don't Know. And if you've never heard that song and saw him and have never seen him perform that gospel song, it is off the chain. It's called You Don't Know, and listen to it. I sang it in the shower.
Okay.
Yeah, and I sound good in the shower. Won't sing it anywhere outside of the shower, but in the shower I sound good. But anyway, he's gonna end the show with us tonight. Give us some parting remarks, at least the most important thing about this mail-in.
Make the phone call and get your ballot application.
And the phone number again is?
502-574-6100. And if you can't call in, then you can go online, and you can also do it for your parent, your child, or your spouse. And request it, let it come to you, sign it, send it back, and you'll get the mail-in ballot.
Hey people, this is about voting, and we have to vote. This is not the year that we need to be relaxed on voting. Right. If y'all don't vote, they're gonna give some of these judges 4 more years.
Oh Lord,
we don't want that. but you gotta vote. But seriously,
I think
voting.
that's on the general election ballot. I think now.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm not
I
talking.
think they would have had to have
Oh
given
yeah,
us
yeah,
some
yeah.
notice about
All
a
of the constitutional stuff
amendment, right?
has to be on the general, right?
Okay.
But it's really important that voting is more important this year than it's ever been. And I say that because I was listening. I was watching some videos before the show, and it is amazing what's going on in Washington and how many people in this country endorse it.
Yeah, sometimes you watch the news, it'll make you angry. So
yeah, sometimes you just
yeah.
And sometimes if you want a good chuckle, and some good lying, watch Fox News. Just watch Fox. You talk about a twist on the news, a twist on the truth. Well, hopefully the hydrochloroquine would. I shouldn't say this while you're here at the
Don't
window.
say it.
Okay, don't say it.
Don't say
Okay.
it. Don't say it.
You know what I was gonna say, right?
Wait till the gospel is playing.
Right, yeah. I'll tell you after we go up there. But anyway, anything else about the mail-in?
No, everybody stay safe, stay home, do the mail-in ballots, and we'll keep you posted if anything changes. If they decide to do some additional polling places, we'll let you know.
Okay.
Conscious Fever will let you know.
We'll definitely let you know. It's good to hear from you again, Frank Clay. I see you on the timeline in Kansas City. Thank you for joining us tonight. But anyway, are we at that point now, Mr. Producer? Yes. Okay. So Judge Brown, thank you for joining us tonight here on Conscious Fever. And again, thank y'all for joining us. Continue to watch our shows. They're posted on the Conscious Fever Facebook page and the Conscious Fever YouTube page. Continue to watch them. They're very informative. I know they spark a lot of discussion. And the discussions we've had about Breonna Taylor and Arbery have been very heated. I've seen those discussions. 56,000 views from the show the week before, and I think we were probably up almost at 30,000 since Monday from last week's show. So keep watching us. We're going to keep entertaining you. We don't have any TikToks tonight, but we do have Zacardi Cortez that's going to take us out. I'm Carl Price, co-hosted tonight. Also, I'm here with DJ Ice. Yeah, I'm here with DJ Ice, and this has been our guest tonight, Judge Denise.
Always good having
Brown.
Yes.
Actually, Denise is not your first name. Your first name begins with G.
Quit, man.
Okay. Judge G. Denise Brown has been our guest tonight. Fellow HBCU.
Howard. Howard, you. Let's just go on and get that straight.
Yeah, Howard.
Howard University.
Yeah.
And a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. She was
yes, absolutely.
Thankful, and we're thankful that you were able to join us and give us this mail-in information. So 502-574-6100. Contact the county clerk's office if you want to do this mail-in ballot thing. It's probably the safest thing to do, and it's as easy as Judge Brown has indicated it is. So good night. Have a good week, and enjoy Zacardi Cortez, because people, you don't know what somebody else has been through. Peace.
You don't know what I've been through. Let me share my story with you. All the things that he brought me through. My stormy days and my rainy days. You don't know all the tears I've cried, the things I've kept bottled up inside, trying my best to be strong, waiting on God and holding on. You don't know what I had to endure, and you wonder why I'm so sure. 'Cause my Father never lets me down. He's always around, even when I can't see. Oh, thank you, Jesus. You don't know how many times I prayed over and over, but my situation didn't change, never change. But just when I felt like it was the end, you came and you did it again. You did it again. You did it again. And you did it again. I know you got a story too. How God stepped in and made a way for you. He wiped every one of your tears, yeah. And He's the reason you're still here. Don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You just don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Tell somebody you just don't know.